be exactly what you want to be without all of the fear around you. We have to stand up together.
All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Built to Exit podcast with me, your humble host, Jason Sisneros. And this week we are going to be talking about the great business extinction. And the question is, will you survive? I want to kick it off welcoming new people to the show. We've got a lot of you that are flowing in, checking it out, dipping your toe in the water as it will. And I want to say thank you to all of the regulars that are with us right now. For those of you that don't know, we do this show live every single Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at the J Sisneros. You can join us live. You get to meet a bunch of other business owners that are going through their journey, right? They're either building the foundation, they're building in the gap right now. They might be in the gauntlet on their way to an actual exit, right? Built to exit. Or, and we've got some people that are sort of in the horizon, like what's coming next after my sale, what's coming next now that I've got my time back, et cetera, et cetera. No matter where you are in your business journey, this is a wonderful place to hang out because it's people just like you. They're somewhere in that journey. Somebody's a little further, somebody's a little further behind. And this kind of gets to meet all of our needs sort of at once. You get to mentor. If you're brand new, you've got an amazing group of people in the Built to Exit community that can support you. This content that we do every single Saturday, these conversations are extraordinarily relevant, real time, and applicable to what you're doing, which is called being a merchant, which is called being, growing your business. So if you're new, great place for you to be hanging out. If you're experienced, you get to do two things: learn from people that are further down the path than you, and also reach back and mentor people that are coming up. And if you're sort of at the end of the game and you're on that horizon, you're on to what's next, you get to help everybody, get to be a part of this. We have a large portion of people now that are getting certified in the B2X deal at the end of their careers so that they can then go out and support. It's a certification program for those people that have the urge to be consultants, the urge that have the talent, the ability, the heart to be able to reach into other businesses, to be able to help them to succeed and to be able to help them build to exit. So that's the community that you have joined. And before I get it directly into the content, I wanted to address a couple of things that I've been getting DMs about, having conversations with over the last week. And you're starting to notice, you're starting to see some things happen and I'll do the quotation marks for those of you that are seeing me on video, in the guru space. Okay. And all I mean by that is people that they make their living by giving other people advice. And great space, happy for it to be happening. And we talk a lot about discernment and a lot about due diligence in this space to make sure that whoever you choose, because I want to first start off by saying I wouldn't be where I am if I hadn't have paid other professionals to teach me what I didn't know. All right. And I get a little bit bent on some of these gurus because a lot of them are fake, right? We talk about that a lot. So let's forget the fact that there's fake gurus out there. We all know that that's the case. But fast forward to the idea, to the concept that you do need advice from people that can help you. And what we're seeing right now is, I called this show Extinction level event because that's kind of what's happening to the guru space right now. You're starting to see desperation. You're starting to see people switching very quickly between expertises because they see one person saying that they made an 8-figure, 9-figure, 10-figure deal because of this or that or the other. So it's a time, this show, and I felt led to say this before we started this show and this community, the Built to Exit community, is for real business owners. And I know that sounds so simple, but if you let that sink in just for a second, it's for real business owners. It's for real consultants. And I it's so simple, right? The complex brought to the simple is what, and then we're able to execute on it. What I mean by real is that you have real customers, like you have a real business. And that's who ends up being here. Like, you know, my wife and I talk about this consistently. It's like, we don't want millions of followers. We want people that are real business owners trying to solve real problems, because that's what freed me. That's what freed my wife. That's what freed people around us, the people that we work with, the people that have been at our wedding, the people that we've helped over the years, real business owners looking for their particular exit. And that's where we landed on. I'm not one of those gurus that's going to be out there pounding my chest and saying, you got to get up at 4 a.m. You got to jump in a cold plunge, and, you know, you got to smoke this and smoke that. And you got, you know, be on the top of a Peruvian mountain and the gods will shine down upon you. That's not my style of leadership. I'm in a season of my life where whether somebody engages with Built to Exit, we've got the foundation piece, we've got training, we've got, we can sell your company, we can help you with your technology. There's all kinds of things that we can do with Built to Exit, but my life doesn't change one way or the other, whether you do business with us or not. Yours does. And so in order, it's in that sense, it's in that realm of where people are and what they are projecting. You're starting to see a desperation level extinction event amongst these people, because look, the cash is difficult to come by right now. There is a readjustment happening in the marketplace where there was a bunch of free money, where there was a bunch of people that were investing. That stuff has gone away. It comes in waves. It comes and it goes. And so now, as that money is flowing out, people are being very judicious about where they invest it and where they put it and who they trust and who they are listening to. And I feel like that's a good cleansing. It's always a good cleansing of the market when people who probably shouldn't be giving advice are giving a ton of advice, and those that should be giving advice get tired of playing the game and they just disappear, go back to doing what they do. My wife and I own businesses. We run companies, and this is something that we do out of passion, and something that we love to do. Feel like we were called to this space, to be able to help. And I wanted you just to be careful. I wanted to talk about this just a little bit at the beginning, because you got to watch out. There's a lot of desperation in the marketplace. Do your due diligence. It's really simple. Do your due diligence. And if you find somebody that you link in, just jump in, do a little bit of due diligence. Go into LinkedIn is one of the greatest places. I talk about this a lot. LinkedIn is one of the greatest places for you to be able to go into somebody's file, so to speak, right there, their profile, and see who they've helped underneath of recommendations. That's where somebody takes the time to actually say, hey, this person came in, they helped me with my painting, they helped me with my electrical, they helped me with my business, whatever the case may be. Really great place to start. And those of you that are listening should go to LinkedIn and clean up that area, right? If you've helped other people, just reach out to them and say, hey, look, I would really love for you to be able to go on to LinkedIn and give me a recommendation. It is extremely valuable. That's where people who are looking to make decisions on whether they're going to do business with somebody or not, smart people, a lot of people fall for the hype, and then they wonder why, the product or service sucked, or they didn't get what they were buying, or because they buy on emotion. A lot of people know how to sell on emotion. This really, and coming back to my main point, so I can get into the content here. My main point is that this environment has been set up for real business owners. This show, what we do, the strategists that have been certified in my methodology, the people that you meet, they own real businesses. And the concept is for all of us to come together to gather up some voice, some more power in the marketplace, because we do, $17-18 trillion, of the GDP in the United States. We're a powerful group of people who don't communicate and don't network with each other as much as we should. This is an opportunity for you to do that. You can come here, be on the show, find somebody that does something that you need. They need something that you do. We all do business with each other in this environment. So really, really important that if you own a real business, you're a real business owner, this is a place that you're going to find that you love, that you're going to get good advice, that you're going to get relevant information as you travel through your journey of business. And we have something for everybody at whatever stage you happen to be at, because I've traveled every stage of business and learned a lot of really cool things. So just wanted to lay that out there for you, wherever you are in the journey. Welcome to the live audience. Absolutely adore all of you. They're so dedicated to their own businesses, to their own outcomes, to their own end games, that they show up every single Saturday like clockwork. They take these lessons, they go apply them, they come back, they share their stories of success. And we really love our little environment. We're all proud of it. We're all proud of the B2X family, and we would love for you to join it long term. Okay. So wanted to start there, and now we're going to jump into the actual content here, and we're going to talk about the great business extinction. So, with the economy shifting, AI is taking over industries and governments. They're tightening their grip on small businesses, and we're all watching and witnessing a modern day business extinction. Now, what do I mean by that? Because, and it's interesting, as I was going through all the research for this show, I was looking at the details and the data and the statistics of what everybody is saying is coming. It's really no different than throughout history. It's just happening at a little bit faster pace. It's happening at a little bit faster speed than we're used to, because technology is involved, right? And the extinction event right now is being blamed or laid at the doorstep of AI, artificial intelligence, AGI, where it becomes as smart as a human being, et cetera, et cetera. Like, that's where it's being laid at. But I look at the statistics, and we look at, okay, there's an extinction event, just like there was when industries have shifted in the past, right? Just when the printing press came about, just like when factories started being put into place, just like on and on and on. The internet showed up, social media showed up. Like, this is the next deal, and we've dug in deeply at B2X, because you're my family, right? This is our environment. This is our community. And if there's this massive shift, we want to be at the front of it, so that we can be leading from the front, so that we can be having the discussion, so you can figure out how to apply it in your particular instance. The AI, this extinction level event that everybody's talking about, that we can be ahead of it and we can be able to utilize it. So we're going to be talking about the forces that are wiping out businesses right now, and how to thrive while others die off. And I'm going to predict who some of the apex predators of business are going to be in the next 5 years. So it could be you. Like, listen, I really believe in this community so much that I believe that we're going to be, whatever it is that you happen to be doing right now, whatever your business or your business idea or whatever it is, if you make these pivots, as you make these adjustments, as you're listening to this show, as you're engaging in this community, you're at the cutting edge. You're at the front edge of business owners who are trying to figure out how to exist past tomorrow. That's all we talk about, right? And so I really believe that a lot of the listeners are going to be those apex predators, because you're doing process improvement, right? We're going through this with the Built to Exit community. We are process improving this thing every single day for the purpose of creating the greatest consultants that have ever walked the face of the planet, for the purpose of creating custom tailored exits for 600 business owners in the next 5 years. That's our very specific intent. You could be one of those 600 people that we hope that you are doing. We want to help you on your custom tailored journey. So, what are some, as we look back through history, what are some some extinction events. Like what are some of the extinction events that we know about, right? You go back and you think, oh, all the dinosaurs, they were extinct. And if you think about businesses throughout time, there's 95% of businesses are going to fail regardless of new technology, regardless of what. 95% of them don't see their 10th birthday. We know that. And so those people, and we think about the dinosaurs, when there was an extinction level event for the dinosaurs, that happens, if you think about it, that happens every single year in business. It happens, there's an extinction event every single year. For 50% of the businesses that started 1 year ago, there's an extinction level event. In 10 years, 95% of those businesses have gone out of business. They don't see their 10th birthday. That's extinction level numbers. That's extinction level data and events. It's crazy to me. So now we're all freaking out about this newest thing and called AI. And I started thinking about an analogy. Are you a business owner that's looking to build your company into a machine that creates cash? I'm Jason Sisneros, chairman and founder of Anton J Global, a world-class business consulting company that has turned around, merged, or prepped for sale hundreds of companies just like yours. I'm best known as the architect when it comes to fixing and building companies across the globe. My experience comes from owning and exiting over 20 of my own companies successfully. It's that real-world experience that I've converted into the ultimate blueprint that has saved and grown my clients' businesses. If you're tired of getting bad advice, have bought all the books, all the coaching programs, and still aren't seeing the success that you were promised, it might be time to work with a team that has actual experience and a track record of success. Please scan the QR code or visit antonj.com to schedule your free 15-minute consultation to see if we can help you reach your outcomes. That's antonj.com, ANTONJAE.com. Years ago, and some of you have heard this story more in depth because it's associated to gamification of business. But those of you that haven't heard the story yet, I got deeply many years ago, probably 14, 15 years ago, I got deeply intrigued by gamification, game theory, and how I could tie that together with the behavior of the businesses and the employees and how they could win and get dopamine hits and tie that all together with finances, because I'm a nerd, right? I'm a nerd. I'm a business nerd. And I got really intrigued by game theory. And I started to apply it. I started to work with Oracle on a project, and we were a little ahead of our day. But as we were going through it, I started to, the one inception thought is the same inception thought that I'm having about AI right now, was why do I love, and it was just me sitting, on a toilet somewhere going, why am I addicted to playing this game where you pull back birds and you knock over pigs? Like, why? That's where the inception thought came, to me in my head. And that led to, really now a 15-year obsession with game theory and tying together all of the activities and the outcomes of business to the best outcome for both the employees, the customers, and the owners. And so I'm looking around thinking to myself, okay, cool. Everybody's doing this little game. Everybody's playing this game called Angry Birds. What is where does that take us? Why are we doing it? And it's because we want to feel like we can control something, right? It's a dopamine hit that you get when the rest of your world is falling apart. But you can pick up a phone and you can put on this little thing and you can win at this game. And that gets people addicted. And so now I was thinking, as I've been digging into AI and figuring out how we can utilize AI for the benefit of small and mid-sized companies, it's been a very similar experience. There is this tool that we can utilize that takes human intelligence and consolidates, and now is able to manipulate and reason with large amounts of data very, very quickly. And most business owners, and I've looked at the data, and it says to me, the two things that business owners should be focused on consistently is productivity and profitability. Productivity should be on a constant climb, and profitability should be on a constant climb. Now, if those two things are in order and they're climbing, now you have predictive outcomes, which now means that you have an entity that somebody can buy. If you have wild swings and no predictability, you're never going to have something that you can sell. So in terms of being built to exit, the more consistency, the more predictability that you have built into the assets called sales, called leads, called operations, called follow-up, called collections, called receivable, all of the things, those are all assets stacked together. If you have those all put together in a proper process and procedure, and it's predictable, lots of P's this morning, is that at the end of that, now somebody's going to want to purchase it. I'll throw out another one instead of exit, right? Instead of buy, they're going to want to purchase it. And so AI, people, what's going on with it right now is they're kind of looking at it like it's AI. Like it's Angry Birds. And they're going through it and they're like, oh, I can go in here and it gives me some really cool copy, right? Some copy. And oh my gosh, I didn't have to pay somebody to do my copywriting. I didn't have to pay somebody to come up with a really great hook or a slogan or whatever it is that we're utilizing AI for. And it's becoming a distraction. And this is the real takeaway. Don't let AI become a distraction. Get lethally focused with it. And we've got some stuff coming up. We're doing this at Built to Exit at a super high level. We started an AI division, and we're currently in process of building out a suite of tools specifically for small and mid-size and small businesses, because you're busy running your business, and we want to be able to plug in tools for you that work and you get the benefit of AI without needing to go in and be obsessed, right? Because that's what's happening right now. Business owners are like, I'm going to dive in and figure this out so I don't miss it like I did the internet train or the social media train. Now there's the AI train, but I'm going to dive in and miss it. Well, it pulls you away from your central core business, instead of utilizing it as a tool for it to be able to advantage your business. You still have to do the core of what you're doing. Business isn't changing. It's just got a new tool. And that new tool is only going to be able to help you accelerate the things that already need to get done. You're just going to be able to do them faster, with more intellect, with more data, and people in your business that'll know how to send that bit to deploy that technology for your benefit. That's where we are. Don't get distracted and go over here. You don't need to become a coder. You don't need to be an AI expert. You don't need to go down that realm. You still need to do what it is that you do. So I'll get into some of those businesses that we're talking about. And a lot of you that are listening, a lot of you that follow me, a lot of you that are watching this show, you all belong or find yourself in the, sorry, I'm messing around a little bit with technology over here, but you find yourself in a lot of the places that are going to win in the future. As long as you are listening to me today and you say, I need to utilize AI as a new great tool. Right, we're going to be assisting with that. We're building, we've got one that we're building right now that will help everybody. We've got a suite of them. And all we did was say, okay, what are the things in business? And you can do the same thing for yourself. But what are the things that are in business that can be automated? Something that we hire somebody for right now, that if we had that information, if we had that data, if we knew the specific outcome, like why are we doing this? Then you reverse engineer and you say, well, the outcome of, let's say, making phone calls is to create a sale. All right, great. What about those phone calls? Who's making those phone calls? What's the script on those phone calls? There's a lot of data and detail that if you want to become a professional at your business, you're going to take it on yourself to start fine-tuning and improving that. Now, before you'd have to have 3, maybe 4 or 5 people that are working for you, but now it's just between you and ChatGPT. or you and somebody in Grok, right? You have somebody that is asking those questions so that you can get better results. And you have a much larger pool to pull from with specific data and a large language scenario to pull out of the ocean very specific fish that you're looking for, okay? So let's look into, just one second here. All right. So, let's talk just real quickly. Okay. There's three forces now. This is the note taking section, that I want you to be ready to take some notes with. Okay. So the three forces that are wiping out businesses right now are economic instability. Okay. You've got inflation rates, you've got global disruptions, you have a whole bunch of things that are going on. You have AI automation that's replacing jobs and yeah, everything. There's always something that's replacing jobs. So I want to take that. That's what everybody says about AI. It's taking jobs. What it's really doing is it's replacing jobs that shouldn't have existed in the first place. Okay. That's what it's really doing. And by the way, it's becoming a mass distraction. We're talking about a mass extinction event. It's becoming a mass distraction scenario when you're not focused on it. So yes, replacing jobs without and outdated business models. That's really the key word or phrase right there, is that it's replacing outdated business models. And then you have government overreach and regulations that crush small business owners, right? Those are being addressed right now. But you have to know that as you are running your business, that you have to have a plan, you have to have some intelligence, you have to have some thought process based on, in reality, of the things that are coming at you in your business. So you've got to look at what's going on in the economy. You've got to look at what's happening in AI, what's going on with the government, so that you can adjust, pivot, and make some predeterminative moves with your particular company and your business. So here's a three things that you need, that you can do to thrive while other people are dying off. Okay. Speed over perfection. A lot of you have heard me in the past say that speed kills, because it does. Speed undirected, it kills. Right now, the speed is specific. Let me be very specific about the speed. The speed is from failure to failure. And most people don't even, they want to avoid failure at all costs. So the speed at which you run, most people are just running. I want to make a distinction. Speed with no direction is still a killer. You should not be running fast with blinders on. You should have a target of where you're headed. And what you should be doing is speeding from failure to failure. Like, oh, that didn't work. Okay, boom. That did work. Let's do more of that. Boom. It should be that fast, that like the jab, the speed at which you fail because you're trying new stuff. Dinosaurs died, and I'm just not metaphorically and in real life, because they were too damn big and too damn slow. All right. And that's exactly, even if you have a small business, you could be big and slow because you're just moving so slowly, like a turtle or like a snail, that you're going to get killed because the world is passing you by. So you've got to get faster at failing, which means you have to try new things. And working in a safe environment like we do with the B2X system, though, that is actually a framework for positive failure, for learning from your mistakes, from taking and accelerating your business forward, so that you're outpacing the rate of change, the rate of inflation, the rate of all of the stuff that's going on around you in the world right now. Okay, so speed over perfection. AI and automation for the little guy. Okay. This is us. We're the little guys. We have the small and mid-sized companies that we run. We need to focus on how we AI and automate for our own business. We are working on that full time. We have a whole division doing that for you and with you, with your feedback and asking us questions. Whatever you need, let us know. Building a business that can't be killed. Okay. Revenue models and structures that withstand downturns and rapid change. Do you have a business that can survive this? Do you have a business that is not based on repetitive action? Do you have a business that is specialty? I'm going to get into some of these businesses here in just a second. So let's talk about that actually right now, because revenue models and structures that withstand downturns and rapid change are what you should be looking at, focusing on, like we did with COVID. We took a lot of businesses through a lot of changes. We took one that was a car dealership and ended up being in the window business. Made a ton of money on those the spit windows that were hanging down. There's lots of pivots that you can do as long as you're ready and you're in place and you don't have a mindset of scarcity and fear that holds you stuck in a place where you go, the world's really never going to change. We don't live in that world. We've never lived in that world. Merchants don't ever live in that world. Merchants are always about what is the next thing, the next issue, the next problem, the next challenge, the next pain that I can address so that I can take care of me and my family by serving and filling that need. That's what we do. Okay, so let's talk about who's going to be the apex predators in business for the next 5 years. Okay, what industries and businesses are thriving in chaos? These are the quality of your life is clearly dependent on the quality of the questions you're asking yourself. Here's 3, and then I'm going to give some specifics. What are the industries and businesses that thrive in chaos? What's the difference between real scarcity and illusionary scarcity? I did if you just go to YouTube or Spotify or wherever my podcast, wherever you're following my podcast, and you go back and you look for and just put in there scarcity. I did an entire show on scarcity. So what's the difference between real scarcity and illusionary scarcity? Hi, my name is Jason Sisneros, founder and chairman of Anton J Global, a world-class business consulting company that has helped hundreds of clients and thousands of growth course students fix, scale, and successfully master their businesses. To put it simply, my team and I help people turn their businesses into machines that create cash. To better support startups and other mid-sized companies, my team and I developed a phenomenal and comprehensive digital growth course where I poured decades of business ownership and know-how into 20 hours of content. This course is not easy. It's not an easy pill, but demands real work from you to implement the blueprints that I've developed. We know that reaching financial freedom is never easy, but totally worth it. Go to growthcourse.com right now to learn more about the course and get started on your business journey today. And then obviously we've got the built to exit formula for thriving when everybody else is panicking. Those of you that are part of the show, a lot of you are in the foundation version. Some of you are graduates of that. Some of you are in the gauntlet portion of it. Everybody's in a different position in your business, but you also know the security, the certainty that you have because you understand that being built to exit is really a system for you to be able to thrive in all conditions. So let's jump into a few of these before I get done with the show. What would be specific businesses? The businesses that are going to dominate over the next 5 years will adapt fast. Okay, write these things down. They're going to adapt fast. That means fail forward fast. That means you have a plan, you have a strategy. MEO sessions, if you are a graduate or involved in the built to exit system. This is your fail forward structure so that you don't fail and go out of business. You fail forward. We have a structure for that inside of the built to exit community. Those of you that are in it, you know. And so you'll adapt fast. You'll leverage AI. Okay. Leverage AI. Write that phrase down for yourself because leverage means that you're going to make it your bitch. You're not going to be its bitch. Okay. I don't know how else to more plainly say that leveraging AI means you're going to make AI your bitch, not you're going to become its bitch. Okay. And there's really the only choice, as this thing is raging like a freight train out of control at the moment. Okay. You're going to capitalize on market chaos. Put yourself in a place where you seek out, you thrive in chaos, because those that get calm in chaos are the ones that are lethal. Can't tell you how many times over the last 10 years of doing undercover rescues and going up against bad guys and being undercover in foreign countries where we had no backup, where we were not supposed to be there, where we were rescuing girls and the whole entire team was putting their life on the line. And how many times that we had to get calm under chaotic and in chaotic scenarios. Our lives depended on our heart rates going down, not going up. It's the same thing in business. If you can step into chaos and be the calming factor in whatever happens to be going on, you make yourself necessary. You make yourself valuable. You make yourself critical to the outcome of the people that are in chaos. People are in chaos right now. People don't know exactly what's coming next. People don't know what to do about AI. People don't know what to do. I've been doing this for 3 generations with this business, and all of a sudden, the rules have all changed. You can cry about it, or you can get off your ass and start learning what you do to take that 3-generation business and modify it for the future that is always coming at you quickly. Right? That's where we're going to go into. So being somebody that is calm in that chaos instead of fearing it. And here's 5. I'll just go through these real quickly. Okay. AI powered. Remember when I said leverage, AI powered, which means you are a business owner who is going to make AI your bitch. You're going to figure out how to apply it to your business for the outcomes. You're either helping people make money, you're helping save them money, or you are measurably improving the quality of their life. Always keep what your business exists for in the first place. Keep it really simple. This can get complex. You have complex conversations, but the purpose for complexity is to make things seem and be usable in a simple fashion. If otherwise, complexity is just to sell you some bullshit from somebody who has no idea what they're doing, right? That's my opinion on that matter. So AI powered, which means you are utilizing it to your back. So AI powered experts and advisors, that's going to be a business that is going to thrive. People that don't know how to use it. We built an entire division because we want to be able to support our family. You that are in the small and mid-sized companies, we want to give you the tools ahead of everybody else so that you can thrive and make it through this and understand them to the level that you need to, right? A lot of us, when we talk about finance, it's no different. I talk about finance. Doesn't mean you need to be a finance wizard, but you need to understand why finance. You need to understand so that you can direct a bookkeeper, so that you can direct somebody that is doing payroll, so you can direct and have conversations in loan circumstances, or be able to have an intelligent conversation when you're talking to a buyer of your business. Your business speaks in language, your business speaks in numbers, so you need to understand the language. You don't have to master it, but you do have to understand it. AI is no different. Do not try to become a master of AI unless your business is specifically to help people with AI. Get to know enough about it and then find tools and or people and or processes that can take that specific outcome. Let me pause here and just tell you what AI should be able to do. You should build it. All it is a flow chart. Think of it as a flow chart. Most flow charts, if they're properly built, and we did an entire video on this, an entire episode on this, flow charts exist for the step-by-step completion of a predetermined outcome. Everything in your business that should be happening more than once, a sale, all the way through to a raving fan customer, should end with a raving fan customer. What happened before that? They paid their bill. What happened before that? They gave us a testimonial. What happened before that? They gave us a referral. What happened before that? We closed up the business. What happened before that? We sent them a checklist to make sure everything was done. What happened before that? Blah, 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 blah. And then it goes back to, bam, how did they find out about us? It goes all the way through that. That is what AI is doing. This is how we've been building businesses not my entire career. When I stopped failing, this is when I started this process, because when I was not doing it, like I was doing it randomly and full of enthusiasm, and I have lots of positive energy, and I have lots of positive energy and lots of go get it and blah, blah, and hustle. I got lots of hustle, right? When I was doing it that way, I failed miserably. I crashed 3 businesses, bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Not only did I do that, I crashed marriages. I wasn't around my kids. I wasn't waking up in the same house as my kids anymore. There is consequences to following that testosterone-driven, pound my chest bullshit that we hear about. When you become a professional, you start thinking in terms of process. You start thinking in terms of procedure. You start thinking, before I ever take my next step, where am I going? That's all we're doing in a flow chart. What's the outcome? Reverse engineer all of that to where you are. Now you've built a process that AI can come in and say, machine can do this and people can do this. Now it's assisted. You've thought the process through. That is all AI is. Okay? Can become a robot, right? Agentic is what they call it, or it needs human interaction to help that outcome happen more often and more predictably. Profit, right? And productivity. 2 things you're measuring in your business. Are they getting better or are they getting worse? That's where your adjustments come in. Okay? I didn't expect to get all fired up about this today, but I kind of am fired up and I don't even really care. All right. So, AI-powered experts and advisors, they're going to thrive. Creators who own distribution, small businesses that control their audience, will be unstoppable. Control audience, I think, there's different ways of looking at this. You offer a product and or service that only you can provide. That's one way. The other way is to serve better than anyone else, right? I want to grow the Built to Exit community by serving y'all. You come into our corporate offices and our corporate meetings and you listen to our corporate Zoom calls and all the other stuff that we're doing. Our entire 30-person team is obsessed with serving our trained consultants and the business owners that come in. We're obsessed with it. And you can tell, right, through every word that's coming out. I don't need to be here on a Saturday morning, every Saturday doing this, but I love it. Right? I love it because of the results that y'all are getting, the feedback that we're getting, the DMs, my favorite ones that we get, which are very, very consistently is, holy shit, I listened to your podcast and it's actually like you've actually owned a business before. Those are my favorite ones. It's like, who have you been listening to that didn't own businesses? Oh, all of these bullshit gurus, right? They never owned a business of their own. So how can they give you advice on yours? It's really crazy. So that's number 2. Number 3, the businesses that provide real scarcity and value. What is that? That is specialty construction, for instance, stonemasons, boutique manufacturers, skilled trades, high-end coaches, AI, very specific AI strategists and knowledge workers that solve real problems. Those are... I wish I had more examples, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say there. Now, here's my favorite one, okay? Because every one of you could be this person. This is my favorite one. And this is a wartime CEO. And this is most founders, right? Most people that are in the Built to Exit community, we are wartime CEOs. What does that mean? We've been ever since we opened our doors, we've been at war. To do what? To feed our families, to keep the doors open, to keep leads coming through the door, to make payroll, to do like almost everybody that I know and respect that's been in business for more than a year. You are a wartime CEO. You were built for transitional timeframes and periods of time like the one that we find ourselves in right now. You find yourself in the chaos of snake oil salesmen and AI, and their promises and their sweet honey covered lips that are promising, oh, we could do everything and you're going to make millions of dollars, and I'm the one to follow. And you're stuck in between that and a government that is now figuring out how that it's got to exist on what exists and can't keep writing fake checks and stuff. You find yourselves exactly where a merchant, a wartime CEO, prays for times like this, where there is chaos, where there is upset, where there is uncertainty. You put us in there and we create the certainty. We create the next pillars that our industries and that our world and our countries and our towns and our tax base are going to be built upon. Us, wartime CEOs that adapt to whatever is thrown at us. We make everything our bitch in our business. You want taxes go up, we'll figure out how to make that our bitch. Okay. We've got employees, a high turnover rate, we'll figure out how to make that our bitch. You've got AI, we'll figure out how to make that bitch. COVID, we'll figure out how to make it. That is the core. Not everybody can be business owners. Not everybody should be business owners. You are only a business owner. And I got this from Mark Andreessen, because it rings so true for all of us. When you're a business owner, a real business owner that's going to end up in the B2X community, you're a business owner because you can't be anything else. Thank you, Mark Andreessen, for saying that, right? One of the smartest tech guys on the face of the planet. When you are a real business owner, you are only a business owner because you cannot be anything else. And I know that is what I feel. I got asked this question yesterday. We're dealing with a big PE firm that we're putting businesses. For those of you who don't know what B2X does, what we do is we help companies craft themselves for the perfect buyer, which is a PE firm. Some of them get sold on the way. Some of them never sell because they want to keep the cash flow and the time that they have, whatever. But I deal with specifically private equity firms, and we want to know how they're buying so that we can craft some of these businesses to be purchased and just have them snapped up. And the PE firm owner yesterday asked me a question. He said, Jason, I know your story. I know that you sold back in 2019. Why are you even working? And it's just such a good question, because I know I get asked that question a lot when I'm doing podcasts. I get asked that question a lot at dinners. And I want to tell you, for 3 or 4 years, I took a nap. Like, I sold, I got everything that I've ever wanted. I had the money, a generational wealth now. I have all that kind of stuff. And I thought that I was going to be doing nothing but child rescues, working in domestic violence, feeding people. But there was what was missing. And what was missing was, I am fucking great at what I do. I love what I do. And now I don't have to sell shit. I can just tell you the truth about what you need to be able to take your business to the next level and really pour into the family and the environment and the community that allowed me to free myself. A loser from nowhere, from a nobody from nowhere that was able to do the beautiful things that I've been able to do. I'm going to give back to this community for the rest of my life. And I want you to know that, right? This is I get asked that question a lot. I'm going to have to answer it on probably the next 50 podcasts, but I'm here because y'all are winning. I'm here because God gifted me an amazing talent that I didn't realize not everybody has, is the ability to teach, the ability to structure, the passion and the love to be able to do what we do at a super high level and have it energize me and not drain me. I know I'm where I'm supposed to be. If that ever changes, I'll stop. But right now, we love this. Built to Exit is full of passionate people that want to help you. Right. And I love these podcasts. I love these conversations. I love being able to have conversations with you that other people won't have. in most cases that they can't have because they don't have the experience, right? They don't have the ass kickings that I've had to take for us to be able to have the high level of conversations that we are currently having. So I want to send out a preemptive message to all of you that have graduated the growth course or have been through a deep dive or that we've helped exit or whatever it is. This is a call out to you to reach out to us via DM because we've got a gift for you. We created a private community. And that private community is set up specifically for people that are in the program. So it gives you an opportunity to go back in and help and to be able to mentor other people, to be able to get the newest updates that we're going through in our Built to Exit community, to be able to meet. We're doing some business connections in there so you can meet other people and make sales and buy from people that are in our community. So reach out via DM if you're a graduate, if you're going through the program right now, if you've done a deep dive with us, if we've helped you exit, any of the products and or services that you've been able to get from us at Anton J, Canada Business Services, and now B2X. Reach out to us through DM. We want to send you a private invite to our community. And I believe that is it. Let me go through here and double check to make sure I got everything just right. We blasted through a lot of stuff this week. All right, cool. All right, here's some wrap up notes. If you'd like to have a copy, I do a lot of research, as you can tell. I do a lot of research on these shows. And a long time ago, people were like, hey, I'd love to get a copy of your show notes and to understand your thought processes, how you put together these shows, et cetera, et cetera. So we built out something a long time ago called the show notes. It's one of the most popular things that we do. It is the notes that I put together, the research that I put together. It's culminated. It's wrapped up a couple of days after I do this podcast. You get the Polished podcast. A lot of people listen to us just on audio only. We're actually filming this in the studio. And so you get the polished video that you can share with anybody. You get the notes. You get all of how I put the prep together. A lot of people love it. And if you want to do that, you can go to jasonsisneros.com or builttoexit.biz. The first step with any of what we've got a free assessment for you to assess your business. And when you put your information in there, your email address, you don't have to go multiple places. You just take the assessment, your email address gets in, you're automatically signed up for the show notes. So if you want them directly and you've already done the assessment and you want to get on the show notes, go to jasonsisneros.com and just say, respond to the notes that are up there and say, I want the show notes. I want Jason's show notes so I could be the most intelligent, the most powerful, the most innovative business owner on the face of the planet. I want Jason's show notes. Also, if you found this content valuable, share it out to shows to other business owners that you know that may benefit from it. So I retired like many years ago, as we just said, and I don't really need 1 million followers. It's not a million. There's 33 million business owners. And out of that 33 million business owners, there's a few like you that go, I'm a real business owner. I'm a real consultant. I want to learn real stuff to apply to my real business. Those are the people that are going to be around. And so if it ends up being, 5,000 of us business owners out there kicking ass together, Daddy's happy. Let's see. This week, in fact, tomorrow we'll be driving up to Nashville, Tennessee, and we're going to be at DealCon up there, where private equity firms and businesses and et cetera. I'll be running a roundtable there and then speaking on their stage in September. So come and visit us if you happen to be in the Nashville area. Would love to see you. Would love to hang out with you. Would love to have a conversation. So that's coming up this weekend. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll be back in Charleston after that. Feel free to stop by. Okay. Join us, and I'll just wrap up with this. Okay. Join us every single Saturday at 9 a.m. because you get this. And then what we're going to do here is we roll this out. I feel bad for people that are watching the video because they're like, we get ready to roll into the conversations that we're having with everybody in the audience. It's like a live radio show, right? That we're back in the day where they used to have conversations and stuff. It's lovely to have that. And so that's where we're going next. So if you're with us live, you get to go into that. You get to talk about your business. You get to talk about your wins. You get to talk about whatever you want to talk about within reason, as long as it's adding value to the community. So make sure you join us until next week, every single Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next week, go forth, make some mistakes, build your process, be clear on your exit, know where you are, and then be marching confidently in the direction of your custom tailored exit. It's about custom tailored lifestyle. That's really the core of who I am. It's not about telling you that you got to live your life like me, because I don't want you to. You don't want you to. You want to live your life the way that you want to live it, so you can get your custom tailored end game, so you can get your custom tailored exit. It's about you. I just know how to custom tailor stuff. That's it. It's all that's how I can help. But your dreams, your end game, your custom tailored exit is 100% up to you. And we're here just to assist in that journey. Love y'all. See you next week. Peace.